After moving into their new home, an off-duty police officer and his family began experiencing something unsettling. They couldn't shake the feeling that an evil presence was watching their every move. As things got more and more disturbing, the officer decided to start recording what was happening in their house. What he captured on camera would leave him questioning everything he thought he knew.
Vente. Me están tocando. Para ver quién es. No prendas. Vamos rápido. Está bien inquieta, ¿verdad? Ya son casi las 3 de la mañana. ¿Dónde están las llaves? Oye. No se ve. Voy a ver. Ahí quédate, espérame. No hay nadie. No hay nadie. No, voy otra vez. Menos. ¿Quién será? Ya es nadie, Ceci. Yo creo que ya nos subimos a dormir. Ya. Vámonos porque igual le voy a enseñar la hora. Siempre pasa lo mismo. Mira, son casi las 3 de la mañana. 25. Siempre hace lo mismo, ¿verdad? Sí. Ya vamos a... voy a cerrar otra vez.
As you can tell, even their little baby is scared of these disturbances. He believes that perhaps an angry spirit has followed him home after one of his shifts. Do you think that's plausible? Or is it all just a hoax? One night, a guy named Taylor experienced something weird at his girlfriend's place. He was by himself when he started hearing noises he couldn't explain, so he pulled out his phone and started recording.
My front camera is smashed, but I'm here at my girlfriend's house by myself. She always says it's haunted because it sounds like somebody is walking around upstairs. I've never heard it until now. I always say it's not haunted because the house is a little old. But it legit sounds like there's somebody upstairs. I will swing on a ghost, or if it's a person, I don't care. Who's up there? Oh my god, they're like at the top of the stairs. Come down these stairs and I will swing on you, I promise.
For months, his girlfriend had been telling him about strange sounds in her house, but this was the first time he was actually hearing them himself. Heavy footsteps come rushing down the stairs straight at him. Instead of running, Taylor actually charges toward the sound, almost losing his balance as he does. He keeps recording. The mysterious footsteps just stop. Most people would have bolted at the first sign of something supernatural. It was recorded at a train station in the United States. A man had set up a toy train line completely built with Lego. Today, many visitors were attracted and gave his joyful train a closer look. No surprise that many children were amongst the spectators. At some point, they mounted a GoPro on top of the Lego Express in order to document the whole journey on camera. When the toy train enters a tunnel though, the video shows an apparition of a child that appeared out of nowhere. It clearly looks like the face of a little girl. Do you think her ghost was attracted to this toy creation? The next video comes from the channel Jimmy B Trail Cams. This channel is not paranormal in nature at all. Actually, Jimmy is located in Washington and owns multiple trail cameras that he places all over the forest to capture wildlife. He's posted multiple videos of various animals such as deer, owls, cougars, coyotes and many birds. However, a few months ago, Jimmy captured something on one of his cameras that he could not identify as one of the usual forest animals. Let's see what he caught. We can see the trail cam is aimed at a small patch of forest. Behind the trees, a creature suddenly appears in the frame. It's walking on 2 feet like a human, but it seems much larger and even looks like it might be covered in fur. This is definitely not a deer or cougar. Jimmy believes this could be a video of the elusive Bigfoot, a humanoid, ape-like creature that is said to live in the forests of North America. The creature makes its way through the trees and disappears out of frame. Jimmy also mentioned that after this video was taken, 4 of his cameras went missing. Is it possible whatever Jimmy captured in this video doesn't want to be recorded? What do you think? This was another TV report which shows 2 officers as they were chasing down a speeding car.
The runaway carves across the carriageway
Somebody's gonna.
and calls it a day. You're nicked. Or you should be. There's no one outside, no one behind the wheel, and the van is locked.
Where's he gone?
It's magic.
He's in the back. He stopped to think he's hiding in the back. There's no one in the driver or passenger seat.
To their surprise, the car was completely empty and apparently locked. So either the driver was hiding somewhere really clever, or what else could have unfolded here? The following was also posted to the paranormal Reddit section, and it was originally shared by a concerned user. He and the family had just moved houses, and ever since, they felt that some really unnerving things were happening ever so often, especially at night. The user states, "First night in rental home was really spooky. I started filming to record all the sounds keeping us awake that first night in the living room, and this showed up. We were just sitting in the living room, and things like the hairdryer that's been on top of the counter for hours just fell down. Well, we see that something is definitely moving up there, but what is it? Commenters say that it even could have been an alien encounter. Is that realistic? Apparently the family had to move houses shortly after that and never found out what exactly was going on in the home. Well, I guess that's understandable though. In this video, a man and his partner are watching over a house while the owner is abroad. Late one night, they hear an unusual noise from downstairs.
Alright, so this is like really crazy.
I don't know. I was wondering if something happened.
That sound. What's going on?
Though they couldn't capture the sound on camera, this Victorian home belongs to a woman currently traveling overseas. Isaac and his girlfriend agreed to stay there to look after the place, care for her dog, and ensure no break-ins occur.
She's overseas for the week, and she asked me and my girlfriend to come and take a camera. She's watching us right now. Hey, Auntie.
While most of the house features antique furnishings, modern security cameras are installed throughout, allowing the owner to monitor her property remotely. One night, the owner notices something strange on the security feed and immediately sends the recording to Isaac, who's deeply disturbed by what she captured. While his girlfriend was in another room, a door is seen closing by itself. They initially thought the sound was just a draft affecting a door, but this particular door closes differently. It glides shut gently, as if someone were quietly pulling it close. Though unsettled by the door, they experience something even more frightening days later. According to Isaac, one recurring phenomenon in the house involves a broom that repeatedly falls over by itself. It typically happens at night and always when the broom is left in the dining room. One evening, Isaac waits for the broom to fall again. Ends up on the ground, despite being securely placed upright against the wall. It appears to fall on its own. He's been documenting each instance, but never thought to check the security cameras until recently. Isaac asks the owner to send security footage from specific dates, showing the dining room where the broom falls. Initially, he doesn't notice anything unusual in the recordings. Upon closer inspection, however, he spots something truly chilling. A dark figure standing at the window before vanishing into thin air. The figure appears briefly and disappears before Isaac enters the room. Most disturbing of all, the couple believes this figure resembles a child. Later, they discover something that might explain what they saw. On the fireplace mantel are photos meant to memorialize two children who once lived in the house over a century ago. Neither the couple nor the owner knows who these children were. Given all the strange occurrences during their stay, Isaac and his girlfriend believe they captured a ghost on camera. Specifically, the ghost of one of these long-deceased children, making their experience all the more terrifying. The next video was found by Brian and forwarded to me. It's not of best of quality, but what is transpiring on this video is quite interesting. It was captured by two friends who were just on their way home. The story goes that when the two heard some unusual weeping noises from the streets, they started recording, and then came across this. It looks like a figure in a white dress that seemingly vanishes for a brief moment after appearing out of thin air again. Some believe this to be the ghost of a lady that is walking the streets at night here. Could this be so? Is it maybe something more explainable? A light reflection of some sorts? Or what do you think? The following video was captured by a man who states that he recently moved into a new place with his girlfriend. They have been noticing some weird noises at night and felt that something was always a bit off. For whatever reason, this afternoon he was fooling around and recording his girlfriend sleeping when he captured something creepy. He then noticed a creepy-looking face in the mirror behind him, and even his camera could capture it. The question many people ask now, was this a spirit? A spirit that might be lingering in this old apartment? What an unsettling thought. The following video is another really strange one and was captured by a young man who was riding his bike through a forest area the following night. The uploader stated that he was spending his weekend to hike and to explore this area, which is situated right next to a famous ghost mountain. Well, the writer was certainly spooked out that night. Now, of course, this clip falls into the category creepy stranger, as it appears that a weirdo in pretty terrifying makeup is looking at the bicycle rider here, and then disappearing behind a tree. Some people believe that we are seeing some form of forest spirit, or even a demon perhaps. Most likely, however, there was something else going on here, a stranger that was scaring passing tourists. Or worse, maybe a friend that was staging this whole encounter. While there's no proof for any of these speculations, it still remains a creepy piece of footage. The next case was featured by Amy and Luna94, the channel of a young mother who's mostly sharing videos about her kids and her dog Luna. However, this got a bit weird when the woman shared a pretty unique encounter they had in the woods together, and she doesn't believe this to be anything normal, as she puts it. Let's take a look.
What's the matter? Luna, Jackson, come here, please. Come here. Come behind. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
They had no idea what exactly was going on in front of them, and what it was. Is this something otherworldly, or was it simply an animal? Hard to say. But they came back another day, and yet again saw something really interesting in the distance. The woman believes this to be the exact same thing that she captured earlier. Could this be? Perhaps it was just an animal, but it made her pretty unsettling. What do you believe? During a routine patrol ride, an officer was following an ambulance when his dashcam caught something chilling.
Video perturbador. ¿Qué chingados hace una niña montada en un camión en carretera a altas horas de la madrugada? ¿Será acaso que es un alma en pena que sigue vagando? Déjanos tu comentario.
He didn't notice it at the time, but when reviewing the footage later, he spotted what looked like a shadowy figure of a young girl standing on the back of the ambulance. The strangest part is that the ambulance crew had no idea she was there. When questioned, they were just as shocked as the officer. To this day, no one can explain who or what this mysterious figure was, or how it managed to perch on a moving emergency vehicle without being seen by anyone at the time. The next videos were recorded by Chris, who, after dabbling with a Ouija board when his cousin stayed over, had to deal with some terrifying activity. And easy to say, he had opened a door to something from another world.
I heard it, but I didn't see it. I still hear it. You can hear that, can't you? Okay. Sound like tapping. Everybody's like, oh, it's the hutch. It's the hutch. It's like the second time tonight.
Something invisible seems to be playing around with this man's furniture and even spooking his dog. Let's see how this case develops in the future. The next clip was uploaded by user Arachnid Altruistic, and he states that the footage we are seeing here was filmed off another person's phone at a get-together. The incident in question was rather creepy, however. The video was filmed in a hospital during the preparation for a going-away party for one of the hospital's staff. We can see a nurse who is pushing a cart with some unfolded boxes. The young woman who had captured her colleague explains that she was recording several videos of her, only a few seconds apart from each other. In one of the short clips, something rather eerie was captured.
I see it.
You see that?
Yeah.
The next clip is a peg. That's the person that does not exist.
And then scroll.
And then
he
it's gone.
disappears.
He disappears. You kind of see a little shadow there pop up and gone. And then all you see is Wendy's body.
Interesting.
But his face, if you go a little slower, you can see it completely. Let me go to this frame. There, you can catch his face.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Right, scroll all the way.
And then he's gone.
I want to look at the shadow.
And the shadow pops up right here, there, and gone. It's not her. It's not Wendy's shadow.
A strange head is popping up right behind the stack of boxes. Nobody knew this person though, or had seen him ever before. Also, the head can only be seen for a couple of frames before disappearing to the left, only to possibly pop up once more. The staff stated that the workers were pretty terrified after watching the video. And there are many who believe that this might have been the spirit of somebody who's still lingering around in the hospital after passing. Maybe participating in the preparations. Who knows? In Poland, a man named Eddie found an apartment at a surprisingly low price. He'd soon discover the chilling reason behind that bargain. Even his cats seemed to sense something wasn't right, showing signs of distress at the strange occurrences in their new home. Eddie decided to install security cameras throughout the apartment, hoping to capture whatever was happening, especially during the nighttime hours. What the cameras recorded was disturbing. Strange noises echoed from the main entrance, as if someone was trying to get in. The following night, things escalated when his cat began acting strangely, staring intently at one specific spot in the house. What happened next, while Eddie was filming, would send chills down anyone's spine. Two nights later, even louder noises woke Eddie. This time he chose to confront whatever was causing the disturbance, camera in hand. The footage from that night comes from two angles, one from his security camera and another from the camera he carried. Just as Eddie checked the first door where he heard the noise, the sound suddenly shifted to the bathroom. Then came something even more terrifying, the sound of a kitchen chair moving by itself. Whatever was in that apartment seemed to feed off fear, and the activity wasn't limited to nighttime anymore. It appeared to be a supernatural entity. Known in local lore as the one who knocks, and things only got worse with each passing day. By 6:58 a.m. one morning, the disturbances had become unbearable.
6:56. Słyszycie to?
Desperate, Eddie sought help from a priest to bless the apartment, but instead of improving, the strange events continued.
Nie no, generalnie robię sobie obiad, nie? Znowu się zaczyna.
Then, most disturbing of all, Eddie suddenly stopped posting updates, something he used to do at least twice a week. A neighbor who commented online claims they haven't seen Eddie at the apartment for over a month, yet they still hear inexplicable noises coming from inside. Whispers, knocking, and most chillingly, the sound of someone persistently banging on the door, even though no one has been seen entering or leaving the building. We don't know much about where this video came from. Nobody knows who filmed it or posted it first, but even without any background info, it's still super creepy. The footage shows some people checking out an exhibit in a museum. Now the display itself is pretty weird. It's got these lifelike mannequins that are kind of creepy on their own. Let's be honest, most mannequins are. But that's not even the strangest part of this video. The person filming had no idea they caught something really weird until later.
Very creepy in here.
In one of the mirrors, you can see something that looks like a dark figure just appear out of nowhere. Here's the crazy part, you can see its reflection in the mirror, but there's nobody there to actually make that reflection. Some people watching the video think this might be a ghost. They say the figure is wearing one of those fancy Victorian-style dresses women used to wear way back when. The weird shadow just glides right past all the people in the room, like it's no big deal. Since we don't know anything else about this video, we can only guess what that shadowy figure really was. Was it actually someone's ghost? Or is there another explanation? We might never know for